Hello, and I am here to talk about the Xbox One. The Xbox One is just, I don't even know where to start. Before I even start, I'm not trying to be biased to Sony. I have two Xbox 360s in my house, and I love Xbox. I love Halo. I love everything about the Xbox 360. But the whole console wars thing between Sony and Microsoft, Sony has won, and here's why. First of all, the Xbox One, that's such a creative name, Microsoft. You know, man, Microsoft really thought deeply on the Xbox One, I'll tell you that. Sounds like you're talking about the original Xbox, just why? Secondly, the shit's massive. Like, twice as big as the Xbox 360. I mean, you can go and look at a picture of it. It's big. It's bulkier than ever. It has more capabilities. And it's counterproductive to add. Is it really counterproductive to add all this mass? I mean, doesn't even have. They've been given the exact specs. The new console is clearly larger than its counterpart. The controller doesn't seem like much of an upgrade. All they did was change the way the controller looks and added a new little thingy on the top. That's super creative. And yeah. The Xbox 360 controller was clunky, but the Xbox One doesn't look any different at all, and that's what annoys a lot of people. And you can't play Xbox 360 games on it. And that really is a noise. That's pure BS. There's no backwards capability, and that's one of the biggest disappointments. So I guess we'll have to get used to picking up these old games again. Microsoft Xbox Live Vice President Mark Whitten has said to say something about the shortcoming. The system is based on a different core architecture, so back compact really doesn't work from that perspective. Why? Is it another scam for money? I mean, seriously? I mean, I want you to be honest what you're saying in the comments. Like, if you think I'm just rambling on, you can say that. I don't care. But why, Microsoft? Why are you cheating us? I mean, it's not like you're going to remake all those Xbox 360 games for the One, which means, like, when Call of Duty Ghosts come out, I think it's still going to be for the 360, because I was reading an article today, and they said a massive percentage of the new games are still going to be for the 360. That's why Sony is so much better than Microsoft right now, because the PS4 will play PlayStation 3, PlayStation 2, and PlayStation 1 games, all the way through. And of course, Microsoft does not do that when it's so convenient for everyone. I mean, if I get an Xbox One, I'm gonna have it right next to my 360. I'm not getting rid of the 360. I'm still keeping it. And like, you can't share games. See, think of it like this. Once you use a game on your console, you can't use it anywhere else. So when you go to your friend's crib and pop in the game, you're pretty much asked out. Apparently, you need to be signed into your user account to access the disc. What is up with that, Microsoft? Why? I mean, just why? Microsoft just kind of didn't pay attention to it. They did this to assure that we're buying their products. This is an example of technology working backwards to hurt us. It should be interesting to see if Sony decides to use this tactic in their new PlayStation, which they won't. Pretty sure Sony's going to keep it user-friendly. Sony has done that. I mean, that's just how they're working. So, some of the games will need Microsoft servers to run. The Xbox One isn't just an internet-based console, meaning that some of the games will require internet just to play. It doesn't get much wackier than that. Well, the reason is to free up the processor to handle more tasks of its own. Why couldn't they have just found a better solution? Xbox Live, still not free. You think, with a lot of people saying, why isn't it free? Sony has it free, I think I'm going to buy a PlayStation. You think that's going to change them? Still, I mean, making people pay for a year of Xbox Live, that is a good way to make some cash. And they've been doing that since day one, I mean, and still, billions of people have an Xbox 360, so, I mean, it's obviously they're doing something right, I guess. And it won't work without the Kinect. They're making yet another external piece, the motion-sensored Kinect, a mandatory part of the Xbox One. That means you won't be able to use it without it being plugged in. So what's the purpose of this madness? Xbox UK's marketing director, Harvey Eagle, gave us a reason why. The new Kinect is an essential integrated part of the platform. By having it as a consistent part of every Xbox One, the game and entertainment creators can build their experiences that assume the availability of voice, gesture, and natural sensing, leading the unrivaled case of use, premium expenses, and interactivity for you. Now, I have to admit, that does sound pretty cool, but again, why? I mean, if they can watch you during the Kinect, I mean, yeah, just talking about stalkers. There's a 500 gigabytes of memory, but you can't use it all. Finally, some good news, right? 500 gigabytes of memory on the hard drive. Thank God. You can have so many games on that. The only problem is, apparently you can't use all of it. Microsoft's official Xbox One information site contains significant detail in small print. Small print. Wonder why they used it. Xbox One system software uses a significant amount of storage. Less internal storage will be available to users. I mean, I don't even have anything to counter that. Why? Just why? The console has to be connected to the internet for at least once every 24 hours. Wow. Of course, I can kind of agree with that. I mean, who the hell doesn't have internet? If you're going to be playing, you're going to have an Xbox One, you need internet to do everything, basically. So why? Just why? The Xbox One is so heavy with its internet-based applications that you exactly need to be connected daily. Once at least every 24 hours to be exact. What am I supposed to do if my internet goes down? Be asked out for life? Games and videos will be stored in the cloud, which means you will need Wi-Fi to access them. Which, while this is surely cutting edge, we just want to play the damn game and not have to depend on the internet for our enjoyment. Essentially, if you're not hooked up to the internet, you will not be able to play. So if you don't have internet, listen to me. If you don't have internet, don't buy an Xbox One. If your internet's crappy, don't buy an Xbox One. If your internet goes out, you're screwed. Do you really trust Microsoft after running dozens of 3 red rings of death? Well, I know it's very common. It hasn't happened to me yet, but it's happened to my friend, and he had to trash his Xbox. If there's one thing we can count on Microsoft for, it's not to be able to count them at all. Anybody remember those red rings of death? I mean, I know I do. There's nothing more frustrating than popping in COD only to see those damn things flashing on your console. What am I supposed to do? The towel trick? PSP users never have to deal with any of these issues. So why must Microsoft people have to? Expect another more advanced version of these rings for the Xbox One that are just made the same. Enjoy. What that basically means is that Microsoft with the 360, they knew that it had problems. So instead of fixing it, they just put a bunch of flashing little lights to let you know when there was a problem. So you could send it back and spend more money instead of just fixing it. Now, the Xbox 360 is a great console. The red rings of death are the only thing that I have to hate on it for. The Xbox One, I think, is going to be a total piece of crap. I'm not trying to hate on Microsoft, it just doesn't look very good. From, the name's alright, but just from the whole internet fiasco, you have to have the Kinect, no internet, can't play, no used games, no backwards compatibility. Why? I mean, if I was the developer on this game, I would make it like the 360. Just add better stuff to it. Let it play the 360 games. That's all you need to do. All you have to do is make the consumers happy. If you make the consumers happy, you make more money, and I don't think the consumers are happy right now. The article I was reading off of is 10 Reasons Why the Xbox One is Going to Suck by Elite Daily. This has been an episode of Weekly Recap. I really can't think of anything to recap on. Oh yeah, if you were expecting any more videos, just don't. I'm going to be in Florida for like 2 weeks. I'll try to do some videos while I'm there. Anyway, see ya.